The Philippines is considered as a global center for marine biodiversity. It is home to a diversified coral ecology that is rarely seen in other tropical areas around the world. Most marine biologists refer to our waters as the Amazon of the sea. Moalboal is a paradise for snorkeling and diving enthusiasts. People come from different parts of the world to explore one of the most spectacular coral reefs in the Philippines. Hundreds, if not thousands, of fish species make their home on Moalboal's reefs. The greatest attraction in this small coastal town is swimming with a giant school of fish and experience the sardine run. Like many tourists, we were excited to experience the sardine run. With our friends from Freediving Planet, we headed off to Panagsama Beach. There are many ways to witness the school of sardines. You can snorkel in the surface of the water and observe from above, but the summer monsoon makes water visibility poor, so the best way this time is to swim deeper by scuba diving or our favorite thing to do right now, free diving. It feels so heavenly when you go free diving and see those shoals of fish swimming past you. There is so much nature has provided us to enjoy, and in so many ways too. The sardine run is a phenomenon when large number of sardines swim about in groups big enough to block out the light from the sun. They make their way from the deep into the shallows to feed on planktons. They're amazing to experience, like going into the eye of the storm. Our adventure could have ended there and we would go home happy. Our sardine run mission accomplished. But the more time we spent underwater, there is a lingering feeling of fear, worry, and concern for the ocean and for all life forms in it. Because what we've witnessed are not just the beautiful, splendid things underwater, but also the ugly, sad truths that our ocean is facing. The coral reef is located at a 10-kilometer long, 40 to 60 meters deep, steep wall on the peninsula of Moalboal.
An ocean, a cave, a dream that no one could save.
It is heartbreaking to see corals losing their vibrant colors. As the climate is getting hotter, we're beginning to see widespread of coral bleaching in the ocean.
We got our differences.
Coral is an indispensable part of the entire marine ecosystem. Coral reefs harbor many marine creatures. Coral is the longest-lived animal. As long as the environmental conditions are good enough, it can grow for hundreds of years. Therefore, the death of coral colonies is usually due to the depressing living environment or the destruction of other creatures.
Now grab my hand.
When the living environment is not optimal, the symbiotic algae called zooxanthellae will gradually leave the corals or be expelled by the coral, and the corals that lose their color sources will gradually bleach. When corals bleach, they will not die immediately, but coral bleaching is the last distress signal for corals. If the environment becomes better, the bleached corals can regain the symbiotic algae and slowly recover for survival.
Now grab my hand.
In the face of the unusual increase in seawater temperature caused by climate change, more ambitious carbon reduction targets should be set to replace fossil fuels with sustainable energy. And here we are talking about climate change and coral bleaching threats while facing another problem: human activities polluting the ocean. Marine pollution is a combination of chemicals and trash, most of which come from land sources and is washed or blown into the ocean. Littering, storm winds, and poor waste management all contribute to the accumulation of this marine debris. Each year, billions of pounds of trash and other pollutants enter the ocean, and we are responsible for it. And it is up to us to save it and revive the dying ocean for our sake and for the sake of all living creatures. Right now, the coral reefs in Moalboal appear stable, with living coral cover ranging from poor to good. Coral is an indispensable part in the ocean, as it forms a convoluted ecological cycle for other species, such as a nesting and reproducing area, as well as the food-finding place and avoiding dangers. A healthy coral reef can also bring upon high economic values from tourism and fisheries. Pescador Island has high reef fish density. This is Moalboal Marine Park, which is now a protected area. Pescador has some of the most diverse hard corals in the world. The establishment of marine protected areas help enforce no fishing areas and sustainable tourism management. Beautiful corals provide habitat for diversified marine creatures. As human beings get to know the importance of coral reefs, preservation work can be started on the individual level. Many of us ask, what can I, as one person, do? But history shows us that everything good and bad starts because somebody does something or does not do something. Even if you never have the chance to see or touch the ocean, it touches you with every breath you take, every drop of water you drink, every bite you consume. Because everyone, everywhere, is inextricably connected to and utterly dependent upon the existence of the sea. Marine organisms do not care about international boundaries. They move where they will. Our past, our present, and whatever remains of our future absolutely depends on what we do now.